Hey guys, it's Danny. For today's show and tell, I'm going to show you an orchid that stresses me out. Not because I don't like it, but because I love it too much. And because I'm always afraid I'm going to lose it. I'm going to show you why. So, this is the wonderful, the spectacular Phalaenopsis Brother Prince. Hi, Tony. Hi, Tony. I don't know why. So this is Tony, and she's wonderful. And the reason it's a she, it's because orchid or Phalaenopsis in Romanian, it's feminine, okay? It's a grammar thing. Has nothing to do with anything. I cannot shake it off. It's my language. Latin is just weird. So, is it the most beautiful Phalaenopsis orchid that I have? Possibly. Look at it. It's so spotted. I don't have another orchid that even comes close to this pattern and is so beautiful. I cannot say it's fragrant. There is something there, but it's not necessarily something pleasant. That's the only thing that's missing. Other than that, she is absolutely gorgeous. The problem with this orchid is, and I will give you close-ups of the little stem and the little leaves we have here. It always does this. Whenever it produces roots or spikes or something that pierces the leaf doesn't take it very well. Oh, brother, look at how that stem looks like. It is not stem rot. It would have been long gone if that's the case. I have it for, I guess, a couple of years at this point. It has always kind of done that. The bottom of the stem is always just not right. There's always something piercing through it, and wherever it pierces, like a root, let's say, it gets blackened, and then the entire leaf falls. And if you take a close look at the foliage, it doesn't look that great, does it? No, it does not. I'm not entirely sure what is wrong with this orchid, because there is definitely something. I don't have another orchid that does this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose this leaf. But if you look at this leaf, this one doesn't look particularly fine either. It's a little dehydrated for whatever weird reason, and I don't know why. The roots have nice root tips. Some of the roots, not the nicest, but overall, it's okay. It is a healthy orchid. Something's just not right with the stem and the foliage, and it's not something new. It has always done this ever since I purchased it, and if you remember, when I purchased it, it had a black portion of the stem, and at the time I think I also did a video saying I'm not gonna do anything because there is a chance I'm gonna mess up the stem even more. I'm gonna let it see how it does. So that portion of the stem dried out, everything was okay. But every time we have new roots or a flower spike, that breaking point through the leaf, the part of the leaf that makes the stem, that gets infected with something, or it just doesn't do good. And I don't understand exactly what. It's not funny, because I'm not doing anything different other than what I'm doing with the other orchids. So I am there's no point in potting it higher because it's already high in the pot. I will definitely go in, just check the root system just to see if everything is okay. Should we do it really fast now? Since we're here, let's just do it, you guys. Let's get to work. Gonna use one of my aquarium trays because the other repotting tray is busy. It's busy with some other orchids. So let's see. Yes, I do realize it's in bloom. Yeah, I do. There are a few roots that need removal. Do you think that's the problem? I will remove them. I will. And I will also offer it new potting medium, but I don't think that's the issue. I really don't. So we have some dead roots here. And yes, sometimes if the potting mix gets spoiled by some decaying roots, yes, it can actually determine some issues with the stem. It's not uncommon. Maybe that's what's been going on. Maybe that's the cause. So let's remove some of these roots. I mean, all of them. Okay, so those were the worst roots, the ones that were completely gone. Now we have just some segments or root endings. This orchid doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look like it's the most vigorous grower, that's for sure, but it doesn't look bad. I'm just removing some old dried bits here because they can actually retain water close to the stem. Oh brother, let me give you a close-up so you see why I'm terrified of this orchid. Look how black the stem is. And it's actually just this leaf. Hopefully. I mean, it doesn't show any other sign that it wants to advance. Now, if I start to hack at it and put hydrogen peroxide and all of that, I do feel it's not a good idea. I don't want to open more wounds that we already have here, because chances are it's just this leaf that's affected. Should I go ahead and cut? Oh yeah, this is dry as well, but I was wondering, should I go ahead and cut the, let's say, still alive but unhealthy roots? Because this one, oh, this one isn't healthy. So it has this segment which is done for, then it has this good tip. I'm not gonna keep this one. Right, so I will go ahead and cut even these roots that are not really done just yet, but they don't look so good. Maybe these roots had something to do with it. All right, now, will it fit back? Not sure about that, but we will try. Let's just try to put them in the same position. Oh yeah, they do fit. I can keep this pot. So I'm gonna add sphagnum moss around the roots. It's a little dry, but I'm a little lazy to wet it, so I'm gonna use it as it is. It's not as easy to work with dry moss, but it's not impossible. Oh, I really do miss my tray. I'm making such a mess. It's okay. So, as I was saying earlier, yes, I do realize that it's in bloom. And then I didn't say anything anymore. I forgot to finish my sentence. Well, as some of you might suspect, I don't really care about the blooms. I care about the health of the orchid. I can always make it rebloom. If there's something that needs urgent intervention in the pot, I mean, who cares about the blooms? We'll just have to ignore that the blooms might fade or the buds will not open. We're gonna have to close our eyes and repot no, don't repot your orchid with your eyes closed. You get what I'm saying though. Okay, you know what? I think that's enough sphagnum moss. I don't need to like really fill this pot up with sphagnum moss. All I needed to do is to keep some humidity. I need some bark on top. No slow release fertilizer needed because we have the MSU and also we have a new insecticide to try. So yeah, that can be a little too much. Let's not overdo it with fertilizer. All right, so we're almost done. Will this make a difference? I don't know. I never was tempted to go ahead and see what's in the pot because it didn't actually smell bad after watering. So if these roots faded, it happened very recently and they didn't have time to break down and release aromas. But it is a good thing we got rid of those bad roots. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe this will make a difference. I hope so. This orchid was repotted about a year ago, so yeah, everything was still fresh. The medium was still fresh. And I don't think those roots died a long time ago. I think it's just something that happened due to the fact that the stem itself started to die off, started to dry. So those roots, probably they didn't get nutrition and water from the stem anymore. This root, what are we gonna do with this root, honey? We're just gonna keep it like that. Okay. So yeah, probably they did not get fed by the stem anymore, so that's why they died. Okay, so here's the after effects of repotting orchids in bloom. The last bud that was not open when I repotted it just opened. This is a few days after I repotted it, and you can see it is quite a lot tinier than the previous flowers. So this is a good case scenario where the orchid was just a little bit stressed, so the new flowers don't look as good, but in some cases the buds and the flowers can actually fall. Depends how much we stress the orchid when we repot it, and by this I mean how many roots we break. But the orchid herself looks good after the repot, and that was my only concern. I don't care much about the flowers. Yes, I love the flowers, but when it comes to orchid health, they are last in my mind. I prioritize always the orchid and the vital structures, such as roots and leaves, because if we have those, the orchid can bloom at any time. But yeah, this is what can happen if you repot or stress out an orchid while it's putting out blooms and buds. Normally, no orchid should have the last flower be tinier than the previous ones. They should just be equal in size, but sometimes when stress is involved, you can have stuff like this, but it's nothing. So the orchid, after a few days, is still okay. It still kind of stresses me out, but I'm hoping that she will cut it out with that stem issue situation, because look at her. I love her so, 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 so much. Look how beautiful she is. I love it. I love it to bits. Alrighty, one dead battery later, I watered my orchid, cleaned up a little bit my table. So this is the orchid that stresses me out. She is so beautiful. I really don't want to lose it. I got it from Orchids Deluxe and they have really, really nice Phalaenopsis hybrids. They're kind of known for that, but I didn't see it for sale ever since I bought it. So I would really like for it to stop being so dramatic because it gives me palpitations. Righty, so yeah, I'll keep you up to date and see what happens with this one. It is definitely one that I do recommend. I don't think this issue with the stem is something they will all have. It's something with this individual. Maybe it's an ongoing issue that I haven't... Yay! She managed to reach the perch. So maybe it's an issue I just haven't fixed yet. But as long as she's alive and she's putting out roots, I'm gonna keep caring for her. Definitely I recommend it. She's beautiful. We're gonna talk more about it in my 10 orchids that you should have at the end of the month. But for today, that is about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Didn't plan this to be a repotting video. It was one of those short and sweet type of a video, but why not? Why not? I really was curious to see what was in the pot. I didn't think I would find dead roots. I didn't think I would find as many because there wasn't a smell. But there we have it. It sometimes happens, so maybe that was part of the issue. Who knows though. Hopefully from now we're gonna do better. But yeah, that is about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, let me know if you've seen this one around in shops and where exactly if you did, because I'm sure many people will love to have this one. Price-wise, I don't remember it to be like super expensive or anything. It's just another hybrid. But I wish it would be more available because it's really quite unique. I don't think I have another Phalaenopsis as dotted as this one, and she is beautiful. Righty, let's end it here. I'm blabbing too much. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you'll have a great day. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.